So Bonnie Blue is back. She somehow dodged the Epstein files, but we're not doing much better here. And listen, a new low is pretty overused when it comes to YouTube hooks. I'll be real though, I don't think it's ever been more relevant than it is today. And that is for multiple reasons, because she is now, by her own admission, targeting kids.
Today, I'm going to give these kids a very in-depth biology lesson. They're going to learn how to rearrange insides.
So she is now using gay twinks to promote herself and needs must, I guess. They do, though, most importantly, look about 12, and that is clearly by design. We're a few Bonnie Blue videos deep by this point, and this should elicit an emotional reaction in me, but it doesn't. She's kind of actually managed to sap the shock value out of anything she does. That is now to the point where she's pretended to do crimes and it just does nothing. And side note, I don't know how she's convincing these people to help her out, but they quite literally do just seem out of it.
I think we should all look lollipop together. It's gonna be my first time licking where you are.
And it's with these insane videos that the bang bus for about the 300th time has been sighted patrolling the UK streets. I mean, this bus appearing at least has retained a bit of its, like, fear. It's kind of like seeing seagulls coming off the top of the sea when there's a shark about. And there is definitely a shark about, because Bonnie Blue had an event on the 7th of February. We are about a year on from the first one, and that was bad enough. Clearly, though, from the way she was speaking, there was an implication this was going to be a lot worse.
Last year, I broke a world record for sleeping with 1,057 men, but that was using protection. So this year, Saturday the 7th of February, I want to break another world record for taking the most amount of...
Yeah, it's pretty demonic, I'm not going to lie to you. At this point, though, she's got nothing to lose because her stocks are so low that even the people that she hires to clean her bus are wearing Balis. They don't want to be identified just for being close to her or having had one conversation with her. And I don't blame him, and I also don't envy him, because going in there, I don't know how much she paid him, but whatever it wasn't enough. It does have to be said, though, that I did actually kind of miss this one. Normally with her events, there's a lot of promotion around them. She at least tries to dominate social media for a couple weeks beforehand. She did some promotion, I'm only seeing it now, but the videos were there.
Dads, if your son has an 18th birthday on the 7th of February, then bring him along to London, because I have the best father and son family gift to give you. Who knows? Maybe it's time you become a gilf.
And yeah, it's very weird, but at the same time, again, it doesn't really elicit anything in me anymore. Having done a bit of a deep dive, though, to find stuff for this video, some of her promotion, or at least her activities beforehand, they get very weird, actually. I found this very obscure account, and he went viral once for kissing his wall. He's got about 1,000 followers, and despite this, Bonnie Blue went out of her way to try and sort out a collab.
Bonnie Blue messaged me and said, I'm hosting an event in London and I'd love you to come. But I said, oh, to be honest, I don't want to be part of that type of event with other people. I have my own ideas. So if you wonder what them ideas are, check out my other videos.
You know what, mate? I'm going to take your word for it. She is like fully down in the mud, scouting virgins on TikTok, which probably actually isn't that hard. But this is satanic. You would think actually she wouldn't really care that much if they were or not. It's kind of clear now, though, she needs the authentic version. I don't know if she's doing some kind of, I don't know, blood ritual or something. This is getting dark. And I had kind of hoped this guy was lying, but then he did post the full interaction, and it is about as autistic as you'd think it would be.
Yes, Lewis, it's me, Bonnie.
Oh, okay. It's just I didn't expect you to actually message me, or for it to actually be you when you message people. Just because I just think you probably get loads of messages.
And sadly, the guy never turned up, and I say sadly, actually, that's probably only a good thing. He also wasn't the only TikToker getting tapped up to go to the event. A lot of influencers, I say influencers, I don't know why I've even used that word. A lot of people on social media were talking about going for different reasons.
I was actually going to go to the Bonnie event in Kickstream, but then I found out that I wasn't allowed to Kickstream it.
We'll go.
No, but I'm not going. I'm a man of Jesus. Do you know what I mean?
I'm not actually going into it. I'm gonna go troll the queue.
Yeah, the queue's inside, bro.
It's a true philosophical dialogue. We'll call them Plato and crusty Socrates. The writing at this point, though, was kind of on the wall, because if they weren't letting these streamers in, which for context, they did last year, well, this year was obviously going to be a whole nother level of depraved.
I was there last year, innit? Bro, do you know how much she paid me to? Do you know how much she paid me to be there last year?
A carrot. Probably. But by this point, it had started hitting the media, and that's when you know it's getting bad. Bonnie, 26, told the publication, I was concerned I'd drown with the amount of... Well, I don't even need to read this. Why am I doing it? At this point, the weirdest detail that I'm kind of seeing here is that these events are put on in this weird mansion. They're owned by a guy called Edward Davenport, and he's in attendance at all these events, apparently.
One higher on these. We're not sure if this is too low for it. No, we'll actually we'll see you on
Hard to know what's really going on here, and if I'm being real, I don't really want to know. According to Google, this guy's been controversial for decades, but I can't lie, I've never heard of him. His house, though, is regularly rented out for stuff like this, and at this point, that place must be cursed. And I don't know his relation to Bonnie Blue. Again, I don't really want to know, but the videos he's putting out are definitely weird.
massive brick wall and I'm massively strong swimmers. So, I don't know, if you're going first, maybe 9 months from now, I might be inheriting this house.
And I have no idea what she's saying. The room could do with some audio support. It's clearly a big and empty room, much like Bonnie. But this is where it began, because straight from the off, Bonnie was on the level she's always on. The videos of the event started to filter out. Some were clearly officially designated by her own team. Others were raw, but we'll get onto them.
I think you know where this about to go.
Listen, you can say a lot of things about Bonnie Blue. One thing, though, she's not racist. But we'll go back to the many other things either way, because as these videos started to filter out, it kind of filled me with dread. The first one I came across might be the most satanic. I don't know if you've ever seen the film Eyes Wide Shut, but this might be Eyes Wide Shut. The old mansion aesthetic definitely isn't helping her case, but this does seem like they're summoning her. As far as I can tell, this is the only video that even shows this chanting, and it's not by her. It's kind of like this one might have slipped out accidentally. And I know the narratives and the jokes around Bonnie Blue being a soulless demon are a little bit overplayed by this point. This clip, though, it's not helping her case. Yeah, being told you have no decorum by somebody queuing alongside you in the Bonnie Blue queue. Again, as I said at the start of the video, a new low might be a little bit overplayed as well, but that might be the lowest of lows. And speaking of, they actually made these guys sign waivers before they even went in. I don't know if that's common practice. I've never tried it before, but...
It's not a poisonous cycle, it's actually just on it, you sign it, and put today's date. So you remember that time?
Yeah, man, they've kind of kept a lid on this one, and that might be good for everyone, actually. I don't know what went on, and again, for the third time, I don't want to know. The funniest video, kind of representing how bad this was the last video I saw. The guy might just be wearing Google glasses, because the whole video is him just fully panned down to the floor. I'd imagine walking out of that room, your face would be glued to the floor. That was it for the event, and to be honest, I'd end the video there, but it turns out it might be getting a whole lot worse for Bonnie, because you might remember, it was a pretty niche topic, but she got arrested in Bali. It was a bit of a circus, and nobody really knew what went on. Bonnie, though, did eventually get out, and as soon as she landed back in the UK, she, in retribution, just desecrated the flag outside the embassy.
Yes, I got arrested in Bali for filming. So it was about time I came to the embassy so they could watch it in person.
You would think that because she's back in the UK, she might be safe now. Turns out that wasn't the case at all.
So my mum sent me a photo because all my post goes there, and it was a letter from the police, and she's like, this looks fake. It's not, it's real. I'm writing to you in order to invite you to attend a voluntary interview in relation to an allegation of outraging public decency which occurred on the 15th of December 2025. This is on Monday.
And according to her lawyer, they invited her, but it was a bit of an implied, enforced invite. This clearly stirred something in her, because then she did, on camera, start to talk about what actually happened in Bali.
The fact that Balinese are able to hold any power in the UK, when the British visited me in Bali and said to me they're a corrupt country, just offer them as much money, and that's all we can suggest. The British are complying with the Indonesians after they could do nothing to help me over there. And all I had to do was pay out. I won't say that.
So here she's implying she bribed the authorities. And actually, she has said that outright in other TikToks. Bit of a sticky situation, considering she's saying the British told her to do that. And then she actually did attend that interview, the voluntary interview from earlier. Turns out, though, that one as well didn't go the way she would expect.
Guys, don't worry, I'm not in custody. Got out within 15 minutes. However,
they have escalated to CIPS, which is Crown Court Prosecution. Anyway, it seems like a them problem. I can still travel, and that was my only question, because I'm off to Tenerife this weekend.
She's scribbling on the wall, and that's normally a sign of the end for anyone, really. But yeah, I don't know what the escalation necessarily means, and if she's talking about it openly, it's probably nothing. My main concern at this point, though, is the TikTok comments, because normally I could kind of rely on them to keep her in check. That has now, since she's been doing these personable videos, kind of changed, though. She's very articulate and seems pretty smart. The bar is on the floor because that's got 20k likes. You've become my comfort creator in this account. It's so nice to see the real you. Clearly the term comfort creator means absolutely nothing, so you might as well just comment it under this.
Smash Bonnie Blue. Bro, she pulled up to the club last night and she was just picking out men. You. She pointed at me. Pussy is pussy.
All right, yeah, that's enough for today.